Okay, though, like this is basic improv 101. Um, Everybody thinks they can't improv. Well, it's really easy to improv. It's not that difficult. You just have to know some simple rules. And I'm going to give you the rules really quickly and succinctly. Don't hog the improvisation. That means if there's a bunch of drummers in a circle, you do not hog the improvisation. You share the improvisation with the other drummers. That's usually how it works. If there's three people holding the groove and you're improving for a half an hour, you're going to make some enemies. So don't hog the improv. Okay. The next simple rule is use your silences. I'm going to show you just an example of how to use your silences. Here we go. I'm going to put on a calypso groove. And I'm going to use silences by starting first with the groove. Okay, that's simply how you use the silences. Okay, the next little rule about improving is how to modulate. And modulation is just changing how hard you're playing and how hard it is to listen to. The more people have to get down there and listen to what you're doing, you're going to draw them in. And let me show you how that goes with the calypso rhythm. So there you go. Modulate, and then the other thing is tempo. You don't have to play in the same tempo. You can play much slower or much faster. Easy, easy, easy breezy. Okay? So don't hog the groove. Use the silences. Modulate the amount of sound you're putting out. And don't play in the same tempo. Here we go. Tempo. And slower tempo. See how that works? It's simple. And the next is tell a story. So we got use your silences, modulate the amount of sound you're putting out. You don't have to play in the same tempo. You don't have to play faster. You can play slower. You don't have to play faster. You can play slower. So if you're just a beginner, you can still improvise by playing slower. And next is tell a story. Now, this is kind of this is the hardest one because this is the hardest part about the 5 tenets of improvisation, because what you do is you put in your mind a sentence that you want to say, and you tell your own story. And when you're telling your own story, you're completely out of the groove. And it's so easy to fall back into the groove if you're with a bunch of drummers. It's uncanny how you'll fall back into the groove. But this allows you to step way out. And after you step out, use the silence, use temperature, use modulation to come back to the groove that everybody else is playing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with calypso, I'm going to modulate down, and then I'm going to tell my little story, and then I'm going to modulate back up in the groove again. Very simple. And the story is just any sentence you make up about your life in your head, and play a rhythm to it in your mind of the words. Go along with the words that you are saying in your mind, and it's really simple. So it's a simple way to step way out and not be part of what's going on at the groove. Here we go. Are you ready? Here it goes. Now, you didn't hear that sentence. You didn't hear it, but that was going on in my mind, and I was playing my groove to it. So it sounded way out there. So let's call that the 5 tenets of improvising. Anybody can improvise following these 5 simple rules. So there you go. That's it for now, folks.